Nice. Yeah. Yes, we can start with a slide presentation. Yeah. Before starting this presentation, just for 2 minutes, a small silence. All of you just sit to closing your eyes, making yourself comfortable. Actually, today is Pongal, I think Makara Sankranti. It's a day actually worshipping the sun, God sun. So we can just connect to the golden energy of sun by simply closing your eyes. Yes. Once you close your eyes, very quick scanning throughout your body from the head all the way down and down to your toes. Very quickly, a journeying from the head down to your forehead, down to your eyes, your ears, nose, cheeks, lips, chin, neck and throat area, all the way down and down and down through your shoulders, your arms, your whole upper body, your upper back, middle back, lower back, chest area, abdomen area, and quickly traveling down through your lower body, through your hip, buttocks, genitals, thighs, knees, calf muscles, ankles, toes. In this moment, I'd like you to completely allowing your awareness to your center of your head and slowly bring your awareness little above the center of your head, 9 inch above the center of your head. Just visualize a golden light which is coming from the sun, a golden energy. In this moment, you allowing yourself to be under the shower of golden light. Just feel like you are bathing under the golden shower. It's that shower is completely traveling through your external and your internal body. It's entering through the center of your head, all the way illuminating your head region with this golden light. You can feel your head is filled with a gold color, golden light down and down. Your entire face becoming golden, your inner face and illuminating from within a gold light. Down and down, your neck and throat area is illuminating with a golden light. All the way down and down, switch on that golden light inside your shoulders, arms, your whole upper body, chest area, abdomen area, your entire back, upper, middle, lower, and all your lower body, hip area, buttocks, genitals, thighs, knees, calf muscles, ankles, and toes. In this moment, you can feel there is a slight border line between the inner and outer. You can feel your inner is completely filled with golden light and the outer is completely golden. There is only a minute line that is separating and feel your individuality. In this moment, I like you to just allowing yourself to have take all the courage and safe and secure moment, slowly moving this thin line of separation between you and to this universal energy. Feel like you are becoming one with this energy by understanding who you really are. Just being one, feel like you are completely merged with a golden light, completely connecting to that golden light. There is a mantra of sun, goddess sun, which has immense power. It says very Sanskrit, but it's deeper. connecting energetical code. It's called Phano Bhaskara Martanda Chandarashme Divagara Ayurarogyam Aishwaryam Vidyam Dehi Namostude. Whatever the knowledge, whatever the wisdom we need to seek, this golden energy completely allowing us to awaken the inner wisdom within us. It's very important to transform our life. Bhanu Bhaskara Martanda Chandarashme Divagara Ayurarogyam Aishwaryam Vidyam Dehi Namostude. Bhanu Bhaskara Martanda Chandarashme Divagara Ayurarogyam Aishwaryam Vidyam Dehi Namostude. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. In this moment, slowly bring your awareness back to this moment, completely tuning yourself to understand the deeper meaning of what we are sharing beyond the words, beyond the slides, beyond all the language, allowing your inner wisdom to activate in this moment to make your life more better than before. Slowly rub your palms, place on your eyes. You can open your eyes. Yeah. So we are sharing a slide. The topic is Transform Your Life with Healing by Roopesh and Priya. Embracing self-care for a better life. Okay. Actually, it's a big topic. I try to bring it in this 2 hours. Transform your life with healing. What it means? Actually, we need to have a deeper understanding about the word healing. Healing is often used to refer to the process of making or becoming whole again. Whole again. Otherwise, we become whole. So even I'm really interested about this word whole, W-H-O-L-E, because the word W means wisdom. When there is no wisdom, it's only a whole. So the purpose of healing is to awaken our inner wisdom. So healing means bringing wholeness or restoring balance and harmony. This can be physical in nature, emotional, mental, or even spiritual. When something is healed, it is made whole again. Whatever, it can be physical, emotional, any aspect. When it is healed, it is made whole again and is able to function as it was intended to. So whatever the area, suppose we heal our heart, whatever it is intended to work, then again it is working, means the healing is happening. Then that the working is not happening, the healing is not happening. The term can also refer to the spiritual or energetic process of finding balance and harmony within oneself. So every healing purpose is to bring balance and harmony within oneself. Healing is a process of bringing into the conscious awareness the nature of one's true self. So the purpose of healing is to bring our true nature. Because when we are coming to the Earth planet, before Earth planet, we know our true nature. But once we reach to this planet Earth, one of the rule of this planet Earth is forgetfulness. We completely forget. So our aim is to remember. We know everything. But once we are here, we forget everything. So actual game we are playing is forgetting, remembering game. We are trying to remember. So everything, even when I'm talking about this healing, we are sharing this healing, immediately your inner understanding opens. So that remembering comes from within. So that's the purpose of healing.
So we all know that everything is energy, and energy is simply a potential energy. Unless it is, until it is having different patterns that arises within that energy. These patterns are what dictates whether energy is ultimately becoming a toothbrush or an emotion or a tree or whatever, or even ourselves. Patterns are like the blueprint of our physical existence. Because everything is a pattern, all forms of illness are also specific patterns. And to heal something is to change that pattern. Therefore, the first layer to understand about healing is that to heal is to change a pattern. Most of you all who are healers do understand this. What is a pattern? When we look back into whatever we are experiencing, we would have formed a pattern which is very repetitive in nature. Some people create the same kind of diseases. Some people create the same kind of emotional turmoil or any other kind of abuse or anything. It is being happening again and again and again. So actually there is a disruption in the natural pattern. So that is what we have to change.
So every pattern, it has a purpose. Every pattern is created with a purpose. So unless or until we are not understanding the purpose of that pattern, we cannot come out from the pattern, because whatever in our life, everything has certain meaning. There is nothing meaningless or nothing purposeless. But only thing is, our mind currently existing is not able to comprehend certain things. That's the reality. So more and more our mind is open, more and more our mind reach to another layer of or another dimension of our energies. We started understanding why it is happening. Yeah. For example, if our leg is broken, the pattern, change the pattern means changing or connecting to the opposite of it. Understand the opposite. So changing pattern can sometimes even happening by even learning the lessons of certain pattern. For example, when we are not valuing our body, when we are not valuing certain part of our body, so some sort of illness comes to teach a lesson to value.
So suppose we are traumatized by snakes. A lot of people fear snakes. To heal is to form a different association with snakes. So it can be sometimes why you feel certain kind of feeling towards a certain species is connected to many things. For example, if it is a snake, it is connected to your divine energy or the sexual energy or the energy you would be called the Kundalini energy. And it can be also negative when it is a snake. It could be anything to do with your revengeful self. You know, there are a lot of things. So some people, if they see a past life and resolve something, that fear changes. For some people, we find out the bottom reason for where the fear, what is the bottom belief for creating that fear. From there, we actually heal on that, and your perspective towards the snake will change. Suppose we are lonely also. When we go through a healing session, after that, we understand that there is a lot of togetherness. None of us are lonely in this world. It is just a feeling we experience. That's not the highest truth, because we are always protected with lot of unseen energies, which we of course learn in many healing classes. Other than that, we are actually connected with everyone in this world. That's the beauty of this, because whenever we do a healing session, suppose even if we are teachers also, we teach our students even the art of healing. And when they are also healing, and one person, if they come and they are looking at us and they're looking at the students, sometimes they feel resonated going with the student because their energy is more aligned to or resonating with that person's energy. So there is no big and small here. It is like you resonate with this person's energy, so you feel comfortable healing with that person. And sometimes it comes back to us. So it is like, and we even refer to people we don't know. So it's like a whole bunch of people all over the world is being connected even in the healing process. So when we go through those healing processes, especially in family constellations, we understand that one person's problem is connected to everyone in this world. So whoever is standing in that constellation understands that that person's problem, even though we are working on that person, we are also a part of it. Only when you go through it, you understand that how deeply we all are connected. And sometimes we are thinking that it is very hard to get money or make money or something like that. It's a belief that is not letting you get the money, you know. So when we do go through a healing session, your thought pattern changes, your feeling changes, and you start feeling that it is easy. Money comes to me so easily. That will be your natural thinking process. And if you are abused, the healing of it means you are always treated lovingly by others. Otherwise, if we carry this abusal trauma from your past, you keep on getting abusive situations from many other people. It is because of the belief and the trauma you're carrying, and you have not learned the lesson from it. Today morning also we were talking about something is that we always tell, we as healers also, we always say that it is not right to all blame others. Blaming others, we say that the experience we have gone through. But what we realize is that when we blame others, it is for us to understand that we haven't learned wisdom in it. Get an opportunity to look into what is it, that wisdom that I'm not seeing in this. So only when we express that blame, we actually look into that wisdom. And then once the healing is happened, we stop blame, because we kind of understand why this happened, and we release the blame, the forgiveness happens, a lot of stuff happens after that.
Yes, for that, actually, we need to be so open rather than stuck in any concept, because all the concepts existing, because I heard a lot of people when they step into spiritual science, they started experiencing a lot of illness. It's not because spiritual science is bad. It's not because the meditation path is bad. It's because our understanding, because we understand that, okay, now onwards, I am a perfect person. That perfection is we need to experience within, not to the outer layer. All the perfections are you are experiencing within, and nobody can know what you are really experiencing. You are the only person can know what you are experiencing. And our aim in this world or our life is to experience our life, experience whatever we really want to experience, because each soul come to experience something. Certain people, they come to experience money. Certain people, they come to experience health. Certain people come to experience fame. Certain people just want to experience relationships, love. So we need to know what I want to experience, and there is nothing good or bad, right or wrong, or big or small about the experience. Some people, they choose from the soul level to experience begging, so they become a beggar. Some people, they come to experience like a king, they live a very lifetime. Recently also we did a session, some person share about a person who live like, okay, only wear one shirt one day, next day that person is throwing the shirt. That much royal type of life. Each person, there is nothing. When we judge, when we criticize, that time the illness starts working in this energy field. Okay. So this is another very important share, because this is a point we share is embracing self-care for a better life. So what it means, actually, embracing self-care. Self-care refers to the action and practice that individual can engage in to take care of their, take care of their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Embracing self-care can lead to a better life by improving physical health, reducing stress and anxiety, increasing self-awareness, and promoting a sense of balance and overall well-being. It is important to note that self-care is not selfish. One of the people has this subconscious. We all talk about the dynamics or certain things, belief or whatever, or the thinking process. It is not our conscious thinking process. It is the way our subconscious mind is working. That's what we are sharing. Otherwise, when you say, I'm not thinking like that, I'm not thinking health is a difficult thing, but maybe our subconscious may think like that. So sometimes our subconscious feel like self-care is selfish. So what happened to get self-care? The only way is physical illness or some sort of illness, some sort of disease. Because, for example, if I'm a child, I don't want to go to school. Okay, if I want to share to my parents that I don't want to go to school. So what happened? The parents will disappointed. Why you don't want to go to school? You are healthy, you are good, why you don't want to go to school? So I said, okay, I don't want to go to school because I want to simply sit in the home and enjoying whatever I want to enjoy. So then immediately blaming comes, labeling comes. They started feeling disturbed. When you are not going to school, how you are going to live in this world? How you get a job? How you live? After we passed away, what you are going to do? So many emotions, so many things come. What happened as a child? Better way to go, don't go to school, is a sickness, an illness. And we, as child, we know how to manifest an illness. Because just by our thinking, just by our wish, next day there is a lot of fever. And what happened when the fever comes, parents become so empathetic. They said, oh, I take care, oh, that medicine and whatever we want. Okay, I said, okay, I want to massage my head. They sit and massage my head. So what we feel is to be enjoying the life, to be royal, illness is good. Interestingly, one thing happened in my life. My father is in ICU last 2 days, 2 to 3 days back. And interestingly, when the discharge comes, he said, why you are discharging me? I'm really enjoying this hospital. I'm really enjoying this. But he's a man who is very honest. So he'd share what he really love, what he is enjoying. This is the thing, because we all create some sort of illness in our life. So the good health is by self-care. Because a lot of people, there are a lot of limited beliefs that self-care is selfish. If a mother feels, oh, I don't care myself, I need to care the parents. So everywhere we put others first. This is the one of the base lesson we are learning, even by misunderstanding the term Aditi Devo Bhava. This only misunderstanding actually allowing the British to rule the India. Only this misunderstanding, because Aditi Devo Bhava, it doesn't mean that we never need to value oneself, or we never need to create a boundary, or we need to disvalue oneself. Actually, ours is important. If in some religion I see, they treat their guest before treating, sometimes if they feel hungry, they eat first. That's very good. They eat because they care themselves. That's very important. We need to care ourselves. Because we are God, and we need to care means we are carrying the God inside. This is not healing mind, being totally present.
Our emotions are felt as sensations. Thoughts can come as sensations. Auditory aspects can come as sensations. Visual components can come as sensations. Being unconditionally present with our mind can change the way we think and the way our brains function. So whenever we are going through an emotional, whatever we are going through, normally some people, they just brush it aside, or they just keep it under the carpet. So they are not being with the emotions, which is very bad, because when we go into healing sessions, we understand that they have numbed the emotions, they have closed themselves up, and that has created more problems in the body or in their own life. This numbing the emotions. So every time when we are totally present to the emotion, yes, right now I am feeling angry, or right now I am feeling sad, or I'm just feeling very I feel very agitated, or I feel grief. All these emotions, we can actually attend to it and be with it. You don't have to run away from it. So the more you run away from it, the more problems you create after it.
And there are certain emotions which are, we need to emote like that. There is some conditions in the world. Okay, when you are in certain situation, when you are meeting your friend who is in illness, You need to emote like that. Okay, you need to feel, oh, why you are in disease? Oh, disease is something bad. There is sometimes we can enjoy also what you are feeling within. Because as a soul, we know there are a lot of playfulness in every situation. But what happened in this plane when we are living, there are a lot of limitations not to express our playfulness in certain situation. We need to see certain situation very serious. And there is a miss in understanding, underlining a statement called seriousness is equal to responsibility. Playfulness is irresponsible. So this is one of the reason all people they shut their playfulness, because I am a mother, I am a father, or I am a very responsible citizen. I can't be playful, because playful. If I am a teacher, I see a lot of teachers. They have a lot of immense playfulness inside. Even yesterday also, I go to my son's school. They have inner so many playful energy, but they are not ready to be playful. But the moment as a parents, we started laughing with so many things, they also start laughing. Otherwise, they feel, oh, teacher, I am a teacher, or I need to be serious. So what happened? They struggle. Even the positive emotion, which we hold it inside for a prolonged period, suppressed inside, can damage our systems. Not only the negative emotions, even the positive emotions. Hmm.
So when we are healing physical ailments, what we have to understand is that every physical ailment is an underlying problem in our consciousness. Another way of saying it is that there is a mental and an emotional root to all physical ailments. I think a lot of doctors also agree to this, and these days they have been very considerate about looking into the emotional aspect of a patient also. When illness or disease is indicated, the body is communicating to us that our way of thinking, although unconscious, it may be in your subconscious level, is out of harmony with what is beneficial to our being. Illness indicates the need to change in our belief system and tells us that we have reached our physical and psychological limits. This is just a way your body is communicating. So you don't have to see it illness as something very bad. Illness is thus a gift whose purpose is to bring back the equilibrium in our being. So always see it as a gift, so that there is a big message in the illness. This is all what we have to open ourselves into. The most frequent causes of illness are negative attitudes and emotions, guilt, the need for attention, the need to escape an unpleasant situation. Those who are vulnerable to the suggestion that illness is contagious. A lot of us, of course, the doctors wouldn't agree on this, but still, we have the belief that if something is contagious, we tend to get that illness wherever we go into that, we are exposed to that. Because it is a strong belief system in the community level. And there are processes we have which we can change these belief systems so that we stay immune to that. After all, we all are here to keep ourselves healthy. And a lot of us here in Kerala, we see that when children run into the rain and play, some people say that, oh, don't go into the rain, you will get fever. And such people who have actually conditioned with that belief system will get fever. Whereas a person who doesn't have that belief system, if they go into the rain, they will not get fever. So there are processes to change the belief systems in our most of the healing modalities.
And one of the happy news we experience and we keep on experiencing nowadays is most of the time nowadays people are really feel scared or disturbed is when their parents or their children are in any illness. But the happy news is we can heal ourselves for them also, because we are all connected. Because I experienced this. My father is admitted in ICU. I only do is, rather than going and running because my brother is already there, I'm not running there or meeting my father. Rather than I sit and heal. Especially she helped me a lot to heal myself, heal what part of my energy, inner that father energy, and we can work on this rather than being scared. Because in doctors they said that I don't know why this is happening, because it can be the reason like this, it can be the reason, but more than going behind that reasons, we just work on that. Interestingly, After sometimes that change is happening because my father is not able to get back to the oxygen level. So the healing which I undergo definitely change, because this I have personally experienced with our clients, but this is the time I am experiencing in myself more. So that's also another possibility of healing. We can heal ourselves for other person.
Especially if your DNA is connected.
Yeah, especially your parents or your children, not for the world. This is something about the cancer. A lot of research about cancer is physical block. This is now a general term for more than 100 diseases that are characterized by abnormal and uncontrolled cell division. So more than reading all these things, sometimes in a simple term, what is happening in our body is our cells are in strike. Sometimes our cells decided a strike, because we know when we are in Kerala, we know there are a lot of strike happen in Kerala, all the time strike. But same way, our own bodies, they are doing strike. They said, okay, I'm not going to go from here. So other than, okay, eliminating one person, oh, no, it's not right. Stay there here. Because our tattva, our principle is the cells need to bond, cells need to stay, cells need to die. Everything in this existence, these three is very powerful principle. Everything which need to bond, everything which need to stay for a time, then they die. Anything, it can be a relationship, it can be an experience, it can be anything in our life. When we observe, this is the nature, this is the truth. The born is there, staying is there, death. But we like creation, we like that maintenance, but we don't like destruction. We don't like that death. We want to maintain, we cling. This clinging nature is really representing in this current scenario is called cancer. Clinging to something which is old, clinging on there.
Especially emotional wounds. That is the thing. If you feel more rejected or abandoned or humiliated, betrayal, injustice, all these things actually, if you carry it for a long time, bitterness feeling, the anger towards yourself, anger towards others. These are the things which are, people even blame God also in the situations. So all these suppressed feelings which are never acknowledged and which are never released can create cancer in the body.
So what happened when the cancer comes? Cancer is telling you a message that it's time to let go something. So rather than blaming the cancer, rather than fighting with the cancer, when we more look into what aspect I need to heal in myself, there are a lot of possibility. That's what the one of the master called Louis Hay did in her life. We can do that, but be with a lot of compassion to oneself. It doesn't mean, because there is a saying that we create an illness. It's a very heavy statement. Rather than thinking that we create, we can say my unconscious, my ignorant part is create an illness. It's an ignorant, it's an unconscious. When we are conscious, we are not going to do create an illness. When we are unconscious, that space, because we need to accept one thing, that only our conscious mind is 10%. More is subconscious and more is our unconscious. So these are the ruling level. If our conscious is completely 100%, then our life is completely different, because we don't want to create a tragedy, or we don't want to create anything ill or bad thing in our life. So what happened is our subconscious, we need to respect that there is a subconscious part and there is an unconscious part. More we respect that part, then the possibility of healing step by step. And interestingly, even when I heal my own illness, my own things, I understand that sometimes it's not easy by just saying, okay, letting go, okay, go. But our subconscious is not ready. Subconscious say, no, I am not going to leave. I stay here. I am not going to leave this resentment. I want this resentment. I want this revenge. So we need a deeper. That time, sometimes even I am a healer, even I am a teacher, I feel I need someone outside to heal me, because sometimes I cannot comprehend, because sometimes my own self is in kati, in with fighting with myself. So that's the time actually healers are very important in this lifetime.
Yeah, there are living masters who have actually healed cancer, like Vienna Steibel, who's the founder of Theta Healing. She, I think 25 years back, she has had a tumor in her leg and she was told that she will die within 3 months, but she could heal that instantly. That was an instant healing, which she did in a theta state. And another person is Anita Murjani. She's also a living master. She actually died and came back. She went into a coma. She died for, I think, few minutes, and then she understood what her consciousness was trying to tell her, that she created this cancer because of lack of love towards herself. And the moment she came back into life, within a day, her cancer was completely healed. It's all over the YouTube, wherever you can check, it is there. All their material is available these days. And there are a lot of people who have healed themselves. And I have had personal experience healing a client who has had cancer. We did only cleansing. Like this person was continuously consuming tuna fish, which had mercury in it. Because this person was consuming that every day, it created the cancer because it was so much of junk into the body. Because of that mercury poisoning, the cancer was formed. So once he stopped that, and once he did a lot of cleansing processes, and we did a lot of cleansing process mentally, emotionally, and also physically, in the sense that in the food also, it came out of the cancer. So there are different reasons why we create, and there are different ways of healing it. And each person is healed in a different way because we are guided intuitively how to heal.
Yeah. Yeah. So nowadays there are a lot of depressions, and it's something very individual and very deeper aspect called depression, rather than just being labeled as depression. Because when we look into our history, depression is coming from very ancient times, but it has its own deeper purpose in that. More and more we are ready to search for the deeper purpose of depression, rather than treating, oh, depression is something bad and depressive persons are not good enough. Rather than, there are some people, for example, if the people, even people who have bipolar disorders, when we realize by talking or communicating with them, because they have a deeper belief of not to express their emotions. They have a belief that anger is bad. I cannot have the freedom to express my anger, or I never have a freedom to even acknowledging the anger. Suppose the anger comes within, I don't have the freedom to acknowledge anger. So once it is putting inside a pressure cooker, what it can happen? One day it bursts out. That's what all sort of mental illness are coming out of deep suppression. When we call depression, it is another name is a deep suppression of something within us. More you understand it, because I personally working and triggering also with people, they have depression once triggered their ego or triggered their anger, and it come out. Sometimes they spontaneously come out from their depression space.
And mostly it is their unresolved issues with their parents. So that will be again reflected in the spouse. So people say that it is because of my spouse, it is because of my spouse is like this. My parents were extremely good, or sometimes they accept that the parents they've had a traumatic experience with them. And there may be very subtle things also, like there are some things you didn't want the parent to know, that you didn't like what the parent was doing and you suppressed it inside. That also causes the depression. And for years you're carrying that without expressing it to somebody. It causes depression over the period of time. And you're carrying the bitterness also because you don't like that person doing that. That's the thing. This is your idea that is creating the depression.
Emotional healing. Last time she also shared about tuna fish, because emotional healings are very important, because when the emotions which are stored inside, which is becoming toxic, we have a tendency to attract more toxic food also. We are tend to, even you can observe when you are in a very serene space with a lot of calmness, sometimes when someone come with a lot of masala food to you, you said, no, I don't want this, I want some juice. I want some fruits. Because more our mind becomes sattvic, we tend to attract or we tend to want more sattvic food. Rather than suppressing our rajasic or tamasic food and becoming a sattvic food, sometimes it's not work because it creates suppression. I see a lot of people, they experience the lack of B12 in their brain, that nutrient, because they suppress something. They suppress the rajasic food only because for the diet or nutritionist purpose, they say, oh, masala are bad, I'm not going to eat. We need to observe why I am attracted to masala food, why I am attracted to certain food, because of my emotional state. The moment your emotional state is healed, you tend to attract to more sattvic food. And more you become tuned your emotion state, maybe you attracted to light food, pranic food. There are different layers of food which is beyond this physical food. That's a power of our inner self.
Share the experience in between.
Yeah. And spiritual healing means universal energy. We connect to the universal energy. Actually, we have a very deep quest to always connect to the spiritual energy. Whether anybody, because that's a example of Buddha. Even if created all the pleasures, all the happiness, but still the quest to our spirit. We all have deep inner quest. Once our khana, pina, sona, everything is settled down, once our life is settled, normally our energy tend to move towards our spiritual quest. So sometimes towards a spiritual quest, some illness are manifested. Some illness are created. Why? Then I can step into meditation path. But after entering into meditation path, some people, they fear to let go of their illness. I see people fear to let go. Okay, because why? Because once I let go of the illness, again I am pulling to the life which I don't want. So that's the reason some people clinging on to that illness. Transformative power of healing, what it means, actually, transformative power of healing. The transformative power of healing refers to the ability of healing process to bring about significant and positive change in a person's life. The change can occur on multiple levels, including physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Physical healing can include the resolution of illness or injuries, as well as the improvement of overall physical health and well-being. That's the first thing. Physical illness can be healed once it is restored. Emotional healing can involve addressing and resolving past traumas, negative beliefs, and unhealthy patterns, which can lead to improved mental health and emotional well-being. Mental healing can involve the development of new coping mechanism, improved self-awareness. That's very important aspect, is improved self-awareness. More we become aware. In current slides, you can understand the importance of self-awareness. And spiritual healing can include a deeper understanding of oneself and one's place in the world. Belongingness, where I am belonging to. Because when we are feeling I am not belonging, we create illness to belong. That's why there is a statement called exclusion creates illness. And overall, the transformative power of healing can lead to a greater sense of self-awareness and acceptance, improved relationship, greater resilience, and more fulfilling life. So this is some scientific aspects called biology of belief. Biology of belief refers to the way in which our belief and perception can affect our physical and emotional health, as well as the function of our bodies and brain. It is a multidisciplinary field that examines the relationship between mind and body and how belief and perception can impact physiological process. That's called psychosomatic in nature. In different diseases, which is psychosomatic, which is in our belief create illness. Beliefs are form of cognitive representation that are stored in the brain and guide our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Once we believe in certain ways, our thoughts are in the same way. For example, when you believe that you are not good enough, you keep on feeling that you are not good enough, because all that thoughts will come to you. A lot of reference come to you.
written by Dr. Bruce Lipton. He has done a lot of study over this about the beliefs, and he agrees on how each thought and how each belief is affecting the cells in the body, and it need not be connected to the gene. Yeah. So as it is to be believed like that, it's all connected to the gene. So it can be changed, it's proved. So it's all available nowadays.
And from that, there is another aspect called placebo effect. How our belief can affect the way our body respond to treatment. When you believe that this treatment work, that belief in the treatment, sometimes a belief in a doctor that helps, a belief in a healer. Sometimes a person who heal himself or herself, belief in oneself is very important. People who feel, okay, I can heal. Okay, Louis has healed self-healing. So I can also do self-healing. Sometimes it's never work because I'm not believing myself. I'm not believing that I have an immense power to heal myself. That belief is not there. It's very difficult to heal oneself. Once that belief is there, you can heal yourself. The role of epigenetic, how our belief and environment can affect the expression of our gene. What we believe, according to that, the genes start expressing. It's called gene expression. So impact of stress, all chronic and stress can lead to so many things. It will create a coping mechanism. It can sometimes affect our cells response to certain things.
So the beliefs that is stored is actually helping the coping mechanisms. So people who feels that I have to work hard and I have to struggle to earn money. It's a belief system. You actually keep on struggling to earn money. Actually, there is an easy way of making money. If you have that belief, if you can have that belief that I can easily, effortlessly, having rest, make money, if that belief is imbibed in you, all this happens easily. There is no stress there.
Epigenetic is nowadays a very important science because we are not controlled by genes like computer program, controlled by code. Actually, it's a Darwin science. But genes are a biological tendency for expression. Changing our state of consciousness can influence or even change completely the tendency for expression. Even we say, okay, cancer or the diabetes, it is all genetical. But now we have the power to change by changing our perception. Because more our perception is changed, more we can change the genes expression. Because it's affected from our thought layer. Thought affect our cells. Thoughts and emotion can affect our cells through a complex process involving the nervous system, hormones, and immune system. Example, positive thought, I have plenty. That feels a lot of feeling inside. Negative thoughts, I can't afford certain things, create certain feeling. The same way, once that feeling comes, your cell respond in a certain way. There are a lot of research happened if a person is having nutrients, lot of food with nutrients, and a person is not having food contain lot of nutrients. But the absorption rate observed, what happened? The person who having lot of nutrients, but there is no love in that cell, that person is absorbing very less. But the person who is not having lot of nutrients, but still the love is there, this combination, the love with that nutrient, create amazing results. There are a lot of research actually. We don't want to put it everything into the presentation because the love is something has amazing healing power. Love.
I actually met recently one of my mother's friend's husband. He's 80 years old. And he said that he has never had taken any medicines. I was really thrilled to hear that. I said, why? How come? He said that I understand that we have a way of healing our body and I believe in it totally. And he's like so vibrant, so happy. Even though he's 80, he looked some 50s, he looked my age. and it was like, he was talking with so much of radiance that I understood that the way he was at his survival mechanism is this strong belief in his love within himself. So that actually kept on healing himself and he went forward with it.
Yes, the topic self-love is very important. Hormone also play a role in how thought affect our cells. Hormones such as dopamine, serotonin, which are associated with positive emotions, can have a positive effect on the body because All these neurotransmitters are inside. Everything is within. Because I heard one of the famous sloga in the ancient science is Guhyam Brahma Tadidam Bravimi Nahi Manusha Shreshadaram Hikinchit. It means there is no visible or invisible power which can compare with the deep power within each and everyone. And what is that deepest power is our own power to heal oneself. We all have that power inside. Only thing is certain limitations are there. More and more and more we come out from the limitation. Maybe in a coming 100 years or the 50 years after, the people may laugh. Oh, in there is an era where people are in illness. They may laugh because it completely changed from our thought pattern, because it's a pattern we are carrying, because we can see a world beyond illness or sickness. Definitely it can come. The only thing is everyone need to think there is some change, because that time all profession change. Even doctors can change. I see a lot of doctors nowadays, they are attending past life regression workshop, lot of healing modality they started learning, because they understand. A lot of people, they getting that information that it's time to upgrade into something which is more powerful for yourself. Because more we encourage the self healing, more we encourage the importance of self, that self love, then only the harmony of the whole world will come. Otherwise, all the time there is a fight is there. Fight or flight modes are there existing in this earth. Belief can change the brain in several ways. It's all scientific things we need to understand how it is working. Changing a belief can cause change in the brain through a process known as neuroplasticity. Because in the olden days, believe that once a brain is structured, once it is structured, there is no change. But now with the neuroscience, they realize that brain is keep on changing. So that's why we need to use the brain. When we are not using the brain started using you. What is the danger of brain started using you is brain doesn't know the difference between what is reality and what is imagination, what is a memory and what is a reality, because brain keep on creating something which is not real. So that's why we need to change all the time, changing the structure. The changing structure process is called neuroplasticity. It keep on changing. For example, when a person hold a negative belief about themselves or the world, this can lead to increased activity in the amygdala, a brain region associated with fear and anxiety. We keep on fearing, oh, the world is a danger place. We keep on fearing, but understand it's not a fact or it's not a truth. It is a belief. Once we activate from there, all the time it's an amygdala response, fear, flight or flight. This is the mode of amygdala. It's a reptilian brain concept. However, if that same person change their belief to a more positive one, there may be a reduction in activity in the amygdala. For example, that person feels this is the wonderful planet. It's a heaven. It's a safe place for me to live. I can be more aware. Because what happened from the amygdala is a place of unawareness. Instinct is there. But once the activity moving to prefrontal cortex, that's a prefrontal cortex, what happens? It's a point of self-awareness. We become more aware. We become more intuitive. So we are guided. That energy is coming to us.
Beliefs can also change the brain by influencing the release of neurotransmitters, which are chemicals that transmit signals between nerve cells in the brain. For example, negative beliefs can lead to the release of stress hormones such as cortisol, which can contribute to feelings of anxiety and depression. Positive beliefs, on the other hand, can lead to the release of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, which are associated with feelings of pleasure and well-being. So when we say changing of belief systems, it is actually, especially when we do in theta healing, we sit in a meditative state, means our brain wave is in a very low, like it is in the state of theta, so that whatever we are conceiving at that point of time, whatever we are going to tell the brain at that point of time, you actually can change whatever which is already stored in the subconscious mind. Means the theta state can allow you to connect your subconscious mind. So that's how when we change the belief and we give a new belief, the whole thing, whatever we spoke of right now, all these chemicals things would have been like, for example, in this, the dopamine and the serotonin and all that. People who are going through depression don't experience dopamine and serotonin in them. So when we are changing the belief system, automatically the dopamine and the serotonin level rises and you start feeling happy from inside. This is something which whoever have gone through the sessions, who have gone through it, and they understand how deeply it affects you inside, because the moment we finish a theta healing session, they say, "Oh, it feels so good." it is that feeling, because it is the feeling that is given through the brain.
Okay, we can take a small break, means our talking break. Anybody here already go through any healing where this experience of neurotransmitter or the happiness after healing, if they want to share, it can be helpful for everyone. If anybody want to share, they can raise their digital hand.
Reshma. Where is Reshma?
Yeah, Reshma.
Yes, good morning. I have a small experience that I can share. Years back when I was studying in college, at that time, that's the time when I learned Reiki. And through Reiki, I had the Reiki master actually helped us, my family, all of us, like unblock and open up all our chakras. And we found that within that few days, we did that. We also did level 1, level 2, master level. And then we found that none of us had any kind of illness or ailments. Even the small things had completely dissolved. And even more powerful thing that we felt was we really felt any thought we had in our mind started manifesting. We, as a family, we are 4 individuals who really experienced that on thought, anything that came in our thought started manifesting. So healing was a very big part of it as well. Means even from emotional, spiritual, all kinds of healing. Just that I wanted to share.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See, any healing modality, the process when we go through it, you do have some experience which is very different from other things that you go through, at least like taking medicines or something. The experience is so different. In Shalini also.
Yes, Shalini.
Good morning, Priya and Roopesh sir.
Morning.
Morning, everyone.
It's okay.
My journey into the healing. Before I start saying, I am having some issues with the net. It keeps breaking. I don't know why. I might break off, but I will come back also within few seconds. So it should not be a problem. Okay. So my healing journey with and I am associated with Priya for many years, and with Roopesh. So I think during the COVID times we have connected. I had many insecurities inside me regarding the confidence and appearing in my relationship with my husband, my son, everything. So I have gone through several sessions, theta healing, family constellation, and in the family constellation and all, what they have done is they have removed the belief systems in me. There were so many unnecessary beliefs in I am not good enough. I am a realist. Means there is a lot of righteous feeling inside me that everything has to be right. This has to happen like this. I cannot tolerate injustice. So whatever, if I am a little bit lazy in the work, will manifest that thing into me, and then something will happen in the work side, which will make my belief strong that okay, see, I did this and God had punished me. It was nothing like that. It was all in my mind. These 2 people have worked wonders on me and they have removed, also worked wonders on me. had problem with my job. I had lost the job, and then I was having trouble getting a new one. So facing interview was like, what should I say? For 15, 16 years, I have been working in one company, and then I lost it. So facing interview was like, what should I say? It was a fear inside me. So even if I apply, I will apply for a job with the thought that I shouldn't get, means that is there in my subconscious mind because I don't want to face the interview. So all those fears have been removed, and the present job that I am in, what in my mind, we have some what is that, feelings or of some thoughts about a job, right? Or anything that we want something like that. This particular job has filled in all the gaps that I have asked. Whatever that I want to do, work from home, remotely, I'd always work in the US market. This is also in the US market, and I had been given not 1, 5 different teams to manage. I wanted that authority in the office also. I couldn't step down, but in this particular job, everything has been fulfilled for me. You might feel that I am saying more, means my personal experience. None of this I'm exaggerating. Everything has happened in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Shalini.
Shalini.
Yes. Yes, Charu, Nishi, Meera, and Swami will come back to you after 2 more slides. Okay. Definitely will come back to you. Yeah. Another thing is changing a belief can also lead to change in the connection between different brain regions. For example, if an individual hold a belief that they are not capable of achieving a certain goal, this belief may lead to a lack of connectivity between the brain region associated with motivation and goal-directed behavior. But if that individual changes their belief to one that they are capable of achieving that goal, the connection between these brain region may become stronger. It's called neural pathway. Once there is a neural pathway, all the time we travel through this pathway. You can understand this pathway is coming very fast. For example, suppose every day you get up and you are going to your office in one direction. One day, okay, Sunday comes, you don't want to go in that direction, but still almost you reach to that direction and you forget. Your awareness goes. What happened? You drive in the same road. This is happened. I know all of you may experience one or the other time this happens. It's called called neural pathway. That pathway we keep on traveling. So what happened by changing the belief, this pathway is changed because the old pathway slowly becomes weak. The change in belief can lead to change in the brain neural connection. Already I shared this. For example, when an individual hold a strong belief, the brain may form strong neural connection that support that belief. And when that belief change, the brain must weaken or eliminate those connection and form a new one to support the new belief. This is what is happening in our brain. That neural connection changes. That's amazing thing, which really change our life. And okay, before going to this again, we can listen from Charu. Yes, Charu. Charu.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Okay, I didn't expect to be called immediately. It's just a little. I planned what I had to speak. Now I don't know what exactly to speak. But when I went through the slides that you had posted earlier, about the cancer and saying, these are the factors that might cause it. When I went through, are any of them causing any distress in me? I remember years back when I went through each and every point, it would be like, oh, okay, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. But I'm like, no, not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. I changed and I started realizing the change. One thing I felt difficult to actually put up my hand initially, and that is one thing I need to change, is starting to acknowledge my changes, which I'm very difficult at. I feel like, okay, should I acknowledge it? Will I become too arrogant to acknowledge it? And will I hold on to the acknowledgement so that I will not grow further? That is my biggest challenge currently. And I really do want to heal that space, because I know that I'm changing even beyond what I think I've changed. And that is difficult for me to acknowledge that, okay, I know I've changed, but I should start acknowledging my change. And I think probably this is the first time I'm openly announcing or telling in a session that I have completely healed the PCOD of my left ovary. It's been quite a while since I healed it. It's been quite a while since I healed it, but I've never openly acknowledged it. And for the last 2-3 years, I've been taking scans regularly, but none of it showed PCOD ever. So it's been a while, but I just feel comfortable openly acknowledging this here. Thanks to you. And
Thank you.
She started from there only.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Nishi.
Hello, everyone. I started my journey just not too long back, maybe a little more than a year. So I'm still a work in progress. The progress part is kind of hard to acknowledge, just like Charu says. I know I have changed in many ways, but sometimes I feel it's not enough. So I'm not enough part of it is not completely getting there. So maybe because I always set so high expectations for myself, I'm just waiting to see completely done with it. But I have to acknowledge that I have to take more time. But given the time that I started working on a lot of things, I feel like I feel lighter in a lot of things, basically because mostly because the feeling worthy part of it, so I always had a problem because,
No, somebody else.
So feeling worthy is something I'm still working on, but I think I can feel that it's not as heavy as it used to feel. Like the lack of worth, it has changed so much that now I can not feel triggered when people say something as much, because there's a part of me that accepts it, and there's also a tiny part of me that doesn't accept it fully. So it's not 100% done, but I can see changes in that. And gradually I feel like when all those heavy burdens are coming off, it has changed my confidence. I mean, one simple thing is like, I like singing and I like music also. Previously, when someone asked me to sing, I would have to think twice. My voice would go, it would go, I can sing really well at home, but when I sing in front of people, my voice would go cracking because I'm so scared of what people would think. So knowing that I can sing well or I can understand the song, still I could not do what I wanted to do. But nowadays, when I try to sing, it's getting better than how it used to be. Not like the best, but so those little changes have been happening unconsciously in me. So someday I think I'll be a better version of me also. So it's just learning to love myself more. So if I leave my dishes unattended, my house is messed up, I'm happy. I don't really care. If I want to read, I read. If I want to go walking, I walk. I don't care what other people think. I'll get to it when I can. So I've just learned to love myself more in small ways. I think I'll get to the bigger changes in life gradually.
Thank you.
Yes, Nishi, actually, when you share this, one thing, the immediate realization is to acknowledge that we are perfect the way as we are. That's something very amazing, because all the time when we seek towards perfection rather than where we are now, we completely embrace that perfection. That's a wonderful shift. Thank you for sharing. And Meera,
I'm still learning
Sophie,
that stuff.
Chaya, yeah, we will
That
come
itself
back
is
to
a work
you.
in progress.
Yes. Okay, Meera,
Not
Sophie,
fully
Chaya, we
learning.
are coming back. Okay. Yes, how our ancestor or ancestral entanglement can affect our brain. The idea that experiences, traumas, and emotions of our ancestors can be passed down through generations and affect our brain development and behavior, specifically the microtubules in the brain. This is a very interesting scientific evidence that there is an area called microtubules in the brain. That is through that this is happening. So here I like to share a little more about what is this functions of microtubules in the brain. Because what is the function is, one is its support for the structure of neuron. Microtubules provide the framework for the shape and organization of neurons helping to ensure proper communication between cells. Actually, there are a lot of neurons inside our brain. One type of neurons which has the potential to reach where we want to reach, and another is which can lead us to there. So it's called a pathway. Once this pathway is connected, we can achieve whatever we want to achieve. That much the potential, because there is another aspect of our brain is called reticular activating system. For example, when you go and decided to buy a car, what happened? When you go, or for example, in my life, I can say when my wife is pregnant, that day onwards, we only see pregnant ladies around us everywhere. And once the child is coming, we start seeing this is why? Because there are a lot of people in this universe, a lot of people in the world, a lot of people in our state. What happened is this is called a reticular activating system. It's a filter. The brain is filtering and showing you only what you want. For example, your reticular activating system is shaped with illness or sickness. You only start seeing sickness people, illness people, and people come to you and tell you the worst thing in this world, because it's through the reticular activating system. This is the way we are attracting and we are connecting to the world. I see there is an amazing thing. It's something very old, but it's really some places when we go, there are some people, they come. They are very strangers to each other, but they come here and they start resonating, they start communicating and say, okay, we can go. Actually, they are going to a bar, but they are connecting like they are connecting for a lifetimes. That much their connection. It is happening through this reticular activating system in the brain and the principle of resonance. The principle of resonate, what you are resonating. And transport of molecule. Microtubules are responsible for the transport of molecules within the neurons, including the movement of neurotransmitter. Because once it is all efficiently working, we experience a lot of good neurotransmitter movement inside, and we feel happy, like serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin. We feel good. And maintenance of cell polarity. Microtubules help to maintain the correct orientation of neurons, ensuring the signals are transmitted in correct direction. Cell polarity means every cell has a way to be in a good space and a bad space. All the time there are polarities, good and bad, or the right or wrong space are there. But this polarity can be correcting with this microtubules. And synapse formation and plasticity. Microtubules have been shown to play a role in the formation and remodeling of synapse, because through this synaptic gap, actually the firing happens. Both neurons, what are the neurons? They fire together. What is the saying called? They start wire together. They become strong. Both firing happens, they become stronger and stronger. So what is the connection inside? If the connection is health, both neurons are firing with the health aspect, the health becomes improved every day. Even in the sport, they use this firing technology, this neuron firing for building muscles. They achieve their sport. I read about this in very past about Rahul Dravid. He has a problem of bowling and all that issues, but he went through a psychology. I think there is not just a psychologist, it is a psychotherapist. He did a training program to fire the neuron, helping to fire the neuron, because all certain experience, changing the beliefs, certain new patterns, it start changing the firing. Example, one of the biggest thing is when we start reliving our past success. When you keep on reliving a past success, what happens? Those successful neurons start firing. When you have only the bad memories, when you only think about the bad memories, that neural pathway all the time firing. And what happened? More they fire, more they wire. More they wire, the path becomes stronger. That's the way our life becomes in a certain negative pattern. And the potential for quantum computing. Some scientists have proposed that the structural properties of microtubules may allow for quantum computation in the brain. The quantum computation is one of the ability of our brain. Because, for example, if I am sitting here, I can see my past, I can see my past life, or I can connect it to my ancestor at the same time. Oh, which ancestors? At the same time, I can connect to a future. I can connect to this current life where I'm a child, and so many experience together I can correlate, connecting, and integrating. This is the ability called quantum computing. So what happens? The entanglement, whatever the entanglement we have in this life, which reduce this ability of our microtubules, it affect our microtubules. So that's the reason we need to do constellation works to heal our entanglements. More we are entangled, less all these abilities. So change in family constellation can affect the brain's neural pathway in several ways. Firstly, change in family dynamics can lead to change in the way the brain process information. For example, the loss of a parent can lead to change in the way the brain process emotions, as the individual may be dealing with grief and loss. Additionally, the addition of a step parent can lead to change in the way the brain processes social cues, as the individual learns to navigate the new family dynamics and establish new connections. Because there are times, so many things, even the grief is not completely addressed. At the same time, even the happiness which is arising from us is not addressed, because sometimes the loss happens, we are in grief. Once the grief is over, what happened? The happiness come. But sometimes the social norms can, how can you be happy? Suppose your near one is died, your loved ones are died, how can you be happy? So what happened? It creates some entanglement with that dead person, because I can't be happy without this person is gone. How can I be happy? Because our natural state is, we, for example, when you observe a child, once the child is grieved, after some grief, the child immediately enter into the positive emotions. We have the freedom to experience the negative emotion and the positive emotion. But when we are conditioned, when we have certain negative belief that I don't have the freedom to our positive emotion, what happens? We become entangled in the family system. Secondly, the change in the family constellation can lead to change in behavior, emotion, and cognition. For example, the loss of parent can lead to a feeling of abandonment and insecurity, which can affect an individual's behavior and emotional state. Similarly, the addition of a step parent can lead to feeling of jealousy and resentment, which can affect an individual's behavior. This is only one example. There are so many things happen in our family constellation, in a constellation field. This is a very hidden dynamic. Sometimes our mind cannot understand why I am experiencing certain things. That certain thing is coming through the family lineage. So we use a process called constellation board with certain figurines in an online, or in a group session, we use people as the representative. So in the two ways, we can understand the hidden dynamics and it can heal. The thirdly, the change in family constellation can also lead to change in the brain structure and function. For example, chronic stress and emotional trauma can lead to change in the way the brain process certain information. We can change it. Okay. So yes, Meera.
Yeah, sir, can you hear me? Yeah. So today I'll tell about the first time I met Sir Roopesh sir. So at that time, me and my husband Rohit, we were on the verge of a breakup, and I was having a lot of pain in my heart. I was having an ECG variation and everything, and during that period, what I understood was I started having a relationship with my heart. The first time I started to listen to what this heart is telling me. And I understood that the love is inside me, something is inside me, and that is love. And it is telling me that this is the way I am. I want to love. I want to love everyone. Whoever is included in my system around me, I have to love them, because that is the way I am. That is the nature that is coming from inside to outside. And just because someone is behaving like this or that, and because of that, I was shutting down my heart at that time. I was shutting down my heart in front of Rohit, my husband. because of some reasons. And the moment I started doing that, I couldn't live at all, because it was my need to open my heart and share this love, whomever it is around me. And that was a great realization and a beginning to listen to what my body is saying, listen to what my heart is saying, and listen to what I want to express. And I was always known as a sick baby in my family, because during the age of 1 itself, I started having asthma. I was heavily asthmatic. I always had to carry this inhaler with me. And during the time I meet sir, also I was having a lot of this troubles of allergy. And in my school, everybody knew that every month I used to take leave for fever. Fever starts, allergy starts, then the fever begin, and it ends with asthma. So this was a cycle that I was having every month. And after this realization, it was an organic process. I don't know how or when it healed. I started doing meditation. Since then, I haven't stopped, and asthma never came back. Only once or twice, only once or twice, and it had a big message for me. Just a little bit of asthma, and not like I had to take inhaler or anything. It just vanished, and that's how the journey began. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now Meera is herself a very good healer.
Healer and teacher.
You know,
Yes.
this speaking itself is a healing nowadays. He said, acknowledging the path that I came, and acknowledging that I have, go through all this, and I have come a lot long, itself is a healing process for me nowadays. Expressing. Thank you.
Yes.
You.
Yes, thank you. Actually, expressing oneself is an amazing healing, because we normally tend to, as a child onwards, we start suppressing. We are learned to suppress. So expressing doesn't mean to express our violent things or anything. Expressing our authentic actually, when we have the full freedom from within, not from anybody outside, when we have full freedom from within to love whatever the way we want to love this life, it's create immense change in our consciousness. Yes, Somi. Somi, yes.
Hi, sir. Hi, Priya. Hi, everyone. I don't know really where to start. To make it very short and simple, I met Priya and Roopesh sir during that COVID time, like through online, that Hridaya Kashtarana meditation. So it was a meditation come past life regression. And I started my spiritual journey from there, I can say. Before meeting them, I was very adamant, angry. I don't know what are the qualities I had. I don't know how to say. Like, with a lot of guilt, shame, anger, all those emotions were there with me. Now I can say that after this, now today I can say that I'm not completely just opposite, but still I'm aware of what I'm feeling, where I am. It's okay to be angry. So what I learned, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be like this. And I was a control freak. Now it's like I'm almost like in a surrender mode. It's not that I'm completely surrendered. I know where I'm controlling, what I'm controlling. I'm aware about that. That is the, I can say, like, in short, that is happened to me. And I want to tell one more thing. Maybe people are there. During that past life regression, I was seeing many visions. I was getting visions. What I did not do was I didn't question it, and I didn't doubt it. What I was seeing is true or not. Instead, Now I understand that I was literally enjoying everything what I was seeing. After that sessions got over, I found a pattern in my in this life, and there is a pattern in all those past lives I have witnessed. So that triggered my anxiety. A lot of fear got triggered, and that's how I went to Priya for a healing. And she did a theta healing session on me, and I was like, "What was happening?" Now I got so much interested in that modality, and I learned from her. And I, whatever classes she took, I have completed that. And now I'm very happy. And recently I took 2 family constellation also from Sir and Priya. So that is also something which I wanted to share with all of you. Like though I've been working on myself with theta, but certain aspect we are not able to handle. I don't know how to heal sometimes I don't know how to heal myself. So that time I seek help from others. But this, when I went for this family constellation, I understood somebody from my ancestors have underwent something, and that is still affecting my entire families. So I'm their wound, I've been carrying their wound. So in a family constellation, we can understand what exactly happened with our ancestors. So from there, when they are getting healed, it's not me alone is getting healed. My entire family is getting healed. So that is the beauty of family constellation. When Priya and Roopesh are combining both these modalities, the result is amazing. Priya's beautiful theta healing and Roopesh's family constellation is something I every day, whoever comes to me, I say, okay, you go to Priya and Roopesh, take a constellation, then you will understand what is happening. So don't just suffer like this. I always tell my clients also, I always tell them, this theta healing when compared with family constellation is something beyond, something beyond. That's what I wanted to share. I'm so grateful to Roopesh sir and Priya, and I'm so grateful to Leena Jiji. She was the one who guided me to that Deyagash Dharna. And I'm so grateful now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Somi.
Actually, one aspect you share about the healing is the improvement in the self-awareness. That's something very amazing because it's a spiritual quality of our consciousness.
Yeah, and something about Somi I have seen is that she's a very good healer herself, but she keeps coming back with new things to understand and heal in herself. Healing ourselves is as important as healing others, even if you are one of the best healers in the world. And thanks to you, Somi, for being one of them, because it helps the mass consciousness in the world. It's not just her, it's not just me or him, it's just the whole wide world which is connected. We are changing the vibration of the universe itself. Okay, thank you.
Actually, we need to understand one aspect, that we are the facilitators in the life. I'm not telling in the term of healer or anything. Whatever, as an individual, we are always a facilitator. We facilitate so many things in this life. Facilitate the role as a father, facilitate the role as a mother or a child, or some sort of facilitation we always do, even as a friend. That's the way called facilitating the life. Another aspect of ourselves is catalyst. We sometimes be a catalyst, so that when you heal something inside, as a catalyst, you change inside. This catalyst definitely influence others to change. This is the way our actually self-healing help others. So all those who really allow themselves to heal, we give a big applause, because, and we have a lot of gratitude to them, because you are really changing. Not only you are changing the world. You are changing so many which you don't know, because when you pass through certain areas, maybe your energy is resonated with somebody and they experience change. I see that change in so many people when they simply walk, but still someone feels a change. Maybe you are in a profession. For example, Charu is a professional musician. Maybe you sing, or Mira is in teaching, or Somi is a teacher, or Nishi, or whatever, whoever is doing. When you do with this catalyst level, some amazing shift happens, whatever you do. Even you are making a tea. That tea is, when you serve that tea itself, make change, rather than a person who is not healing anything within and carrying all the resentments, all the anger, all the frustrations, and making a tea, that person really killing other person by giving this tea. So the better thing is healing oneself is very good. This is the part which I love to heal oneself, because I can be more than a facilitator. I can be a catalyst, and I love to be a catalyst. Yes, Chaya, before coming to you, we share one more slide. Importance of healing. Through healing, you can find the clarity and calm you need to navigate life challenge. So most of the people, they have a misunderstanding that when I heal something, the challenge is over. There is no challenge. It's not like that. Challenges are there, life tests are there, because you can navigate through challenges, because every challenge is a stepping stone to expand your soul, expand your consciousness. So why people may seek out healing in their life? There are many reasons. Okay.
Some may be going through the difficult time and looking for ways to cope with their emotions and find inner peace. And others may be seeking a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in their life, or looking for ways to connect with something greater than themselves. Or some people also turn to healing as a way to address physical or emotional or health issues. So all these things actually help in healing, whatever it is. If some of you all can, when you're sharing, share a particular aspect you have healed in your life, so that others will also know what has healed. Like, for example, in my life, I was a person who couldn't stand up in a crowd and talk to people, and my mother was telling to somebody recently also, she used to be so scared going to even going to the supermarket and talking to a person, or even going to a bank or something. And now she's a teacher. She stands up on many stages and she takes classes. She just can't believe this has happened over me, only because I've worked on myself. And I worked on myself over the period of time, and it has brought in a lot of changes, because first I was not into healing others or teaching or anything. I was only healing myself. And through that, I understood that I could stand up in a crowd. I used to be an artist, so I was called as a judge and I could speak, I give speeches and things like that. From there, I changed myself, and I used to feel that I am not good enough, looking good enough. Because when I got married, my husband's family always compared, saying that he's so handsome and you are so ugly and you're so thin and you are so dark, and all those beliefs were my beliefs. It is not them. It is my beliefs. They are talking on my behalf. So when I healed on myself, all that changed. A lot of photographers came. They started taking photos of me, through which a lot of modeling stuff happened. And now recently my son found out that when he was looking at some Kerala pictures of beautiful women of Kerala, he saw my picture over there, and I was like, whoa, see, this is how we manifest what we are not from, what we thought that we are ugly, and now we think it is beautiful. So all that outer things changed for me. Then the relationship issues were the challenges that came into, one after the other, something or the other, I kept on healing. Then the relationships issues started getting resolved, and it's a long story. So I think we'll move on with the class. Okay.
So this is very important, how healing works. Very important, because the body's natural ability is to heal. The role of immune system and self-repair mechanism. The role of mind is healing. The power of mind to influence physical health. The role of emotion in healing, the impact of emotion on physical and mental health. The role of spirit in healing, the role of faith, hope, and meaning in life. All together, what we understand is, what we call healing is more than, every time it is self-healing, because the power is from within the self. So here we like to share certain modality to get more understanding. Yeah, back.
Yeah.
The modality which she is doing for decades.
So theta healing, I got into theta healing through my friend Rekha, and another Rekha. We three together had gone into this thing. Just to explore it, I went. But then once I went into it, even though I had gone into many other modalities like Access Bar, Reiki, Pranic Healing, Shingpong, I went through all of that. Actually, that has helped me to understand many things from a different perspectives. So, but I got very, interested in more into theta healing. So it was a very vast subject, and we were having immense classes, and we were working on ourselves, and it has helped me a lot. So theta healing is a spiritual belief system that it's an alternative healing technique developed by Vienna Steibel. She's in US in 1995 during her own personal journey back to health, because she used to have a lot of health issues, including cancer, and she could heal herself and people around her. And for many years, she was only observing, then she was consulting doctors and seeing what she's seeing in the body is what the doctors say. So she understood, she's very intuitive, and like that, this whole big modality was formed over a period of time. And this allows them to identify and change negative beliefs, because she has a particular process wherein we sit in a theta state and we connect with the other person. We can put that person also in a theta state and change the subconscious beliefs. The subconscious beliefs we change is from the heart center, we call the soul level, and the frontal lobe of the brain, that is the core level, whatever we are experiencing in our life from childhood to this day. And the ancestral level, that is the DNA, we go into the pineal gland, the master cell that is inside the brain there also, and even in the history level, that is the past life, this thing. All this can be changed only with a focused meditative state. And there is a process through which we can change the belief system, and we can understand that the beliefs have changed through muscle testing. These are only for basic level people, because muscle testing is for you to understand, okay, you have this belief, you have changed this belief. But once you go deeper into this, we release all of these muscle testing, because we know this is the truth. Because in a meditative state, we understand this is the truth. So you don't have to actually muscle test, and when it is changed, you experience changes, the energy shifts. How this works is that most of our beliefs that we are experiencing in our life is what is stored in our subconscious level. So we use our subconscious mind 88%, and we use only 12% of our conscious mind. So this is a modality which has actually immensely changed my life, and still is changing many lives. And
family constellation. Family constellation is a therapeutic technique was developed by psychotherapist Bert Hellinger in 1980s. Actually, I'm not learning family constellation directly from Bert Hellinger, but I'm learning this from my master now named Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. They are the founder of Quantum Life University. So there are so many modalities I learned. One is family constellation. It's a very powerful system to understand the hidden dynamics, because certain times we don't understand the dynamics. Some positions, some placements in our life. Every time, for example, when a husband and wife, a wife is standing on the left side of the husband. So when we see, okay, wife is standing on the left side. Wife can't stand on the right side. So when you see a person, wife is standing on the right side, there are some changes. Sometimes the husband is so like a wife and wife is like an husband. That change immensely we can change, because by changing the place, I did a lot of experiment like that in the meditation session or classes. We just change one person in this direction, one person in that place. Some energy change, because it's called constellation. Constellation is a word which is coming from the star or this galactical system, because it has a constellation. Through that constellation, everything is arranged. Everything is in harmony and in balance. Sun is in certain place, moon is in certain place. Everybody has certain place. Or sometimes moon may think that, oh, sun place is good than moon, and go to the moon and near and stay there. Moon is over. It's vanished. So where it is staying, that's very important in the family, in the business, in this world, the constellation is there. There is a place. And sometimes through certain beliefs, certain constellation is happening. Even when we are in this Kerala, there is a constellation happening. In India, as such, India, there is constellation. Even every state every single, small constellation happening. So the moment we shift one constellation, it influences another constellation. So this is the way the constellation work. It will change the pattern. So there are, it's an amazing, beautiful modality. Exactly, the Bert Hellinger derived a concept called soul movement. Sometimes we do a group constellation, we realize this soul has certain movement. The soul is tend to move in a different direction. That direction can be not right or wrong for some people, but it's a direction of the soul. Soul move in such a way. So that's why there is a saying called, there is no right or wrong, there is no good or bad. More than it, the soul tend to know, the conscience of the soul know it, where to move, where to deal. So we can know the intuition. That intuition is a guiding force. So all this guiding force only comes when our limited beliefs are healed, when our energy becomes more clear, when we are centered, when our chakras are aligned. Actually, we are planning for a deep chakra webinar from next Sunday morning time, because the alignment of the chakras are very important. And
Actually, the family constellation, I think a Turkish serial was made the name Another Self. You can watch that, you can understand it in more deeper sense, how it is experienced. Whereas when you go into a family constellation, only those people who have gone into it, you understand how you'll be so amazed with what has been opened in front of you. You know, you just can't put it in words, like how connected we all are. Like we have been planning another family constellation thing. Was one was money constellation and another was like here in Kerala we found a lot of people going into drugs and addictions. So even doctors are puzzled, teachers are puzzled, parents are puzzled. They have no answers. They have been doing all they could do. So we wanted to experiment this, like if we can create a constellation wherein, you know, it can affect the mass consciousness, if we can bring in a change and people who are interested can come. This, we wish to do it free. So this is one of the manifestations we have in our minds. So that's why I shared.
So the another modality is past life regression. It's also the modality I learned from Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. It's a therapeutic technique that involves inducing a hypnosis state, because whether we believe it or not, we have a lot of experience. Because our brain, when we observe, there are a lot of bits of experience are there. Lot of unprocessed experiences are there. So whether you believe it a past life or when you believe it is something else, but there are a lot of stories inside, and every story is unique for each and everyone. So past life regression help to explore that unique story, which creates certain beliefs, and that beliefs ruling your life. Once you know that story, once you relive, because there is a saying called, when you relive, it is relieved. When you relive to that story, because every story has a beginning, every story has a continuation, and every story has an end. Once you relive the total story, some amazing shift happened to you. It's an amazing modality. And
yeah, I would like to put in more this thing about
Yeah.
past life regression, because even though when I was doing theta, we have past life in that also, but somehow I was not able to see my past life at all. You know, these days I hear a lot of people say whenever we even Latika ma'am's class or his class, they come and say that we are not able to see anything. We are not able to see anything. But interestingly, even I was not able to see at that time the past lives. The rest of the things was easy, but past life I couldn't see. And then somehow I connected with him, and I understood that he does this workshop, and I came and attended his class. The first session, I saw the past life. It was so amazing. Then I understood something was that the facilitator who has mastered something can actually share their consciousness into the people who are experiencing it. And that's why, because his presence, his consciousness actually shared something with me. That's why immediately I could see. I didn't change any beliefs or anything over there. I just could. This is where consciousness heal steps in. And I could just see, just like that. You know, now within seconds I go into past life. It is that easy now.
So there is another modality called inner child healing, because in this modality, our aim is to heal the inner child, because wherever you are the outer, now you are the adult, but there is a part of yourself that's called our emotional self. It becomes like a child. It has its own certain needs need to met. It has its own certain wounds to heal. So more we heal that part of yourself, you are emotionally become more balanced. Otherwise, in some situation, you become emotionally vulnerable. You become emotionally disturbed. You may feel, okay, I am an adult, but still I am fearing. That fear is coming because that inner child inside, that part of your child is feeling fearful inside.
Very amazing. Whenever we have done any inner child healing, instantly the person starts crying, because it is so much of pain you have been holding as a child, you know. So when that healing is over, you can see, you know, that innocence again coming back, that playfulness coming back, and you start enjoying life even better. Because this is something very important in all the modalities, I feel. We all include this in all the modalities. This inner child itself is something very precious to be healed.
And spiritual process. Actually, there are a lot of spiritual process with the support of all that clients, those whoever, because we always believe that every consciousness is precious. So some consciousness which come to us for healing, through that consciousness, some process will download, some process is coming. So there are releasing the attachments, there are some hologram process, so many things will come and it heals a lot.
Yeah, when you're connected to the source, always, you're always guided in immense different ways, and there are endless possibilities. It is, don't just feel that, okay, this didn't work, now what will I do? There is endless possibilities always. And here itself, I think in our class itself, there are a lot of people who does other modalities like EFT, like Access Bar, even Chaya, what was that you do?
Sound healing.
Yeah, sound healing, and a lot of other things, you know. Actually, all these, whatever you're resonated to in a particular point of time, just trust your heart and just go with it. Don't listen to your head, okay? Trust your heart and go with it. So it's very important.
This is the last slide actually. Spiritual concept behind illness. This is very important concept we need to deeply embrace, that behind every illness, there is a purpose and it is unique. Some purpose is only one, to learn one lesson or to understand something. Some purpose is a long. So some disease you can heal like this. Some disease, it has a multi-dimensional phase. It stay there. So rather than blaming or cursing that illness, more you start expanding. When you need to, for my perception, you need to consider an illness like a book, very divine book. So when you open each page of that book, this book will give you certain wisdom. So once the book is totally finished, you can see that illness will tell you, okay, my dear friend, goodbye. I'm leaving from you. I'm leaving from your life. This is I experienced through several illness. In my personal or in group healing or in individual healing, we experience this. Once that illness is completely leave, means all the wisdom that illness want to give you is completed. Even Charu shared about PCOD. So many, I know I worked so many times, because each time working on the PCOD, new wisdom comes, new things come. And I think, Charu, you can share about that experience of that sound, because that's a past life which mesmerized me, because some past life where you have some certain talents, certain abilities. I hope that changed so many things in your you can share.
Yes, sir. I still remember the past life, and that is what sound still means to me. It makes me very emotional to even think of that, because not even an inch of the memory that I got through that life went away with me. That is the importance of sound. Where I was a bell maker, I was making bells, and my parents used to make bells, and I And they had a very natural technique of making bells, and the metals that they used to make bells together was very special. And I was extremely talented at it. I learned it by looking at it, not even having to get it educated through them teaching me how to do it. And it was a moonlit night, and I used to play wildly with wild animals, and the bell used to attract animals. They come and sleep beside me, they stay near me. I was very connected with the nature. I used a bone to make a bell at a certain point, and that changed the sound that it was evoking out of the bell. And I didn't understand what was changing initially, but after a point, it used to send them away, the nature away from me. But it started bringing people with valor and power and greed and a lot of conquering mentality close to me. So a prince came and visited and saw the bells, and he said it was helpful in defeating an army because it was creating a sound of threat to them, and it helped them. It helped their own army gain a lot more power, gain a lot more vigor, lot more anger that will help them fight against the other. So this led to my life becoming in a way that where I was grounded to, where I was aligned to, I completely changed my perspective because of that one shift of making a wrong choice in my life. And whatever my creation was started hampering me. Finally, I was killed by my own husband, who was the prince. And it took a while for me to digest what the story actually really meant. But when I look at it, every little action coming from my part or from anyone's part for that matter is making a big shift. So the importance of awareness, the importance of knowing what you're doing at every moment, and to honor that you are given something that you can work with is extremely important. So yeah, that's one lifetime that will stay for the longest, I think, because I still love making instruments or making sounds from, that is my profession also, to make sounds, to create sounds and scapes for movies or for any of the productions. So what they will speak to me is what I need to tend to think of rather than what I want to create out of them. So I kind of like that kind of a choice where they will choose what I should make for them rather than, I trying to push in something and trying to create just because of a compulsion.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Charo.
So sometimes some illness help to bring your talent back. So that's why every illness behind there is a purpose, there is unique, rather than we simply seeing it as an enemy. Now that approach need to change. Actually, my humble request to all doctors in the world that please change certain approach, because there are a lot of doctors, they already changed their approach because they understand the unique value of illness, rather than creating fear or telling the patient that it's something bad for you, but it will help you to realize some strength. Because for Louis Hay, that illness really make her a big spiritual teacher. So once they can have something, because that unique capacity inside. So we need to encourage that. We need to be more compassionate to that. That's an era which is coming, because there is an era called, we see doctors as the God, and others are something lower than that. But now that era is changing, that everyone is God. A doctor can see other persons, the God inside. There is nobody, one person is God. Everyone is God. Once we can bring this perception, actually the arrogance in the world is reducing. Even I am saying, oh, I am a healer, I am an arrogant. No, everyone, when I can heal someone means that person has that godly consciousness inside. It's not my any power or anything. Because I see, once I healed a person who is carrying a big nervous issue for a long period, 18 years. She can't move, every time pain, so many things. She go to so many hospitals, so many places, but one single session healed. And that people believe that I am a magician. And I keep telling them that no, actually your consciousness, the God inside you is really healed. I am only a facilitator. This is the thing which I want all medical school or medical college need to teach to everyone, that you all are facilitators and you are treating a God. You are really helping a God to awaken their consciousness. And I believe there is a visual coming to you after 50 years. There are so many meditation centers, so many hospitals converting to become a meditation center. It's not means that don't fear that, okay, my job is going. No, my job is to being from, rather than from just a doctor, to be something amazing, rather than sharing a fear or telling that you are going to die. Because I know in very past years, my auntie is in the RCC in Trivandrum. The doctor says that, okay, after 24 hours, this lady is going to die. So what we do is, my mother, because my mother is very optimistic, my mother tell, don't share this information to my auntie. Just share the information that you are going to live for another 2 years. And we are so excited. Okay, the lie. Telling that Andy that you're going to live for 2 years and all the, whatever we call it as, all the treatment is over. We can go back to the home. She's lying in the bed and we carry back her to the home by ambulance. But what happened after that, she slowly come back to the life. She lived actually 2 years. After 2 years, some confidence issue happened. Then she died. So what happened? It's called placebo effect. It's a proven thing. So I want all the doctors to really share this placebo effect in every person, because everyone's consciousness is amazing.
There are a lot of doctors who are into it. Like they actually take care of the emotional part and they understand why, they be with the patient so much. There are doctors. It's part of the evolution process.
Yeah, but we can intend, because we can intend some more good things happen in our life. Okay.
Yeah, and along with the doctors, even healers are going to be jobless, because we are going to shift into another creating something else, something more beautiful than healing.
Because we see a time period when we can't walk in this world without hitting a engineer. There is a saying like that. But now what happens? We cannot we cannot walk without hitting a healer, because there are a lot of healers, there are a lot of teachers. That's good. You keep on it going, and one day it is also perishing. Even the healers need to accept that. No. So another thing is, an illness indicate that you are not aligned to your true self, who is spontaneous, loving, joyful, and abundant. We need to address it, that whenever an illness comes, you are away from your spontaneous, loving, joyful, or abundant. It's not your conscious mind. Maybe consciously you are enjoying, you are happy, but deep down your subconscious is moving away. Only the superficial happiness is there. Those who always carry superficial happiness, there is a chance of illness is there, because superficial positivity, superficial happiness, your true self is not happy. The happiness of your true self is very important. And illness indicate that your current beliefs and thoughts, your understanding of your reality are going against the natural flow of your consciousness. Because each person's consciousness has a way to follow. There is a way of flowing. The Meera shared about her, my consciousness is means I want to love. When I am not flowing with love, means I am in illness. So everybody, it doesn't mean that, okay, everybody's consciousness means flowing with love. Some people, their consciousness is flowing in some other way. It's okay. So we need healing will bring by transforming the limiting belief and bringing what is our true nature. So Chaya, you can share.
Hi everyone, and hi Sir and Priya. So for me, I was actually contemplating what to say because there's so much to say, and I had met Priya in a meditation class, teachers training dhyan course when I was pregnant with my second baby. So I happened to speak to her about what should I do and all this. I would like to, attune my child and everything. So I was just thinking that I will do Reiki. I was already Reiki master then. So she was like, and I told her that someone has told me about theta healing, but I don't know what it is. So she was a theta healer, and she slowly told me that you can try theta healing and all that. She won't like, in theta healing, we don't push, or in any of the healing modality, we don't push in if a healer is very like awakened or something, they will not push them into one thing. So they will just inform you. So she said that, and I was like, okay, I will try. And that's how I went to this, and I'm very grateful to her. I was doing a session yesterday on someone, and everything that came through in that session was something I felt that I have already learned just looking at Priya. Just like observing the way she works with so much love and so much of inclination and everything. So I inspiration and everything, joy. So I was just thinking that I'm so grateful in that. I was so grateful in that moment while healing the other person also. Thanks for teaching me without needing to go through any negative stuff. And then through Priya only, I happened to meet Sir. So I must say that he has widened my perception, and I don't miss any of his classes if I can. I try to sync and practice in day-to-day life. Like, I have seen two things that I have taken, like, for example, today, that one thing he had shared long back was always see the intention that you are behind whatever you are doing. So if the intention is full of virtues, then it's fine. Or love, like, then it's fine. But if the intention is something else, then you need to change it or heal it or something like that. That awareness only gave me like, acha, main ye isliye kar rahi thi. Oh my God, let me just change it, like that. So one of that thing, and one, please, I forgot. One second, I wrote it.
She's written it down.
One second. And the other thing that was he was saying, like how we told about suppression and everything. I was not able to come out as a healer very nicely, but through them, with the healing sessions and with the classes, one thing he mentioned was, he was like, this is a message for you, Chaya, when I was sharing something long back. He was saying that all the modalities work, and everything works. So I learned so many things, and I practiced the things that I had stopped. I was actually suppressing the need to do all of those things because I really wanted to do. So I'm very grateful this way also for them. And many people think that group sessions won't give them so much clarity, only personal sessions will give them clarity and everything. But I will say that whatever the group sessions and whatever the personal sessions, they both are immensely important, because in the group sessions, they Serge and Priya share such beautiful information. In fact, I've been healing and being a healer for so long, but still I was like, what are they going to tell me here? Something new will come out, definitely. And that inquisitiveness, I'm up, I slept late, and Priya knows that I sleep a lot. So, so I slept late. still I was like, okay, I have to get up and be there when they are teaching. And I also thought that the chakra is starting from today only. So at 4:30, I messaged her, and I'm ready in red also, root chakra. So so all these things, so I was like, okay, but I am just, if you have anything to do with, just do go for them. Even I send some of my clients and my friends that please go, and if there is something, just resolve it with them, because they do it with a lot of love and dedication and devotion. Thank you so much for being a part
Thank
of our
you.
journey.
I believe you are starting your teaching classes soon, right?
Yeah. I believe so too. Okay.
Yes, Harita.
Hi.
Hi.
So it's interesting how we spoke a lot about illness today. So my journey with healing has mainly been about creating illness in my body and resolving it. One after illness after illness after illness after illness. And the way I created it was from childhood. Of course, I was feeling unloved, rejected, and all of problems, abuse, trauma, things like that. But also, I always had this, why did I create it? Mainly because I wanted to teach other people lessons about how self-love is always more important than anything else. And of course, that came from a space of anger at the time, and a lot of revenge also. So I think by the time I turned almost 20, that's when I met Priya auntie for the first time. I went for a session. So my parents booked a session with a psychiatrist and one with Priya auntie, thinking she's a psychologist. So
I didn't know that.
and when my mom spoke to her, everywhere my parents have gone, they've spoken mainly about the illness and how I don't show up for exams, or I don't want to show up for exams. I'm always afraid of writing exams and things like that. And that was not my reality. That's not what I was experiencing. From my point of view, it was exams is when we when we have to actually put in a lot more effort. So obviously I'm going to get more sick that time. Before that, like there are no restrictions that time. So I didn't feel like healing my illness. So when I met her, my complaint was, I know everyone around me loves me. I just can't feel it. I know they care about me, they're doing their best to take care of me. I just can't feel it. And I frankly don't care if they want me to get better or not. This is just, if I want to be sick, I want to be sick. I enjoy being sick. I didn't say I enjoy being sick, but I knew at the time that it was okay. So I had a lot of awareness. I had some amount of awareness since childhood that I was creating the illness. I was getting something out of it. And there was a lot of mirroring also, because my friends in class and all used to say, dude, you're so lucky you're sick. You don't have to write anything. And I was lucky, I was really lucky. And I felt that I could just focus on my extracurriculars, because I used to sing, I used to perform a lot. I could just focus on that. And I wasn't a bad student. I was a pretty good student. So my teachers always trusted me. Okay, Harita is anyway working really hard at home. She's writing her own notes. So don't write in the class. So, this kind of kept going forward, and illness helped me so much in so many beautiful ways. I'm forever grateful for it. I have a very interesting relationship with pain. And now I have a really good relationship with happiness as well. But this relationship with pain was one that I accept the emotional distress that I'm going through. I accept that what I want is what I want. If I want to get angry, I want to get angry. If I want to be vengeful, I want to be vengeful. If I want to feel jealous, I want to feel jealous. If I feel like someone's doing better than me and I want to do better than them, that God complex thing, I'm okay with it. That acceptance came in so much. And I think that is what got me ready to heal. And I didn't start healing on health till almost a year later. So when I started, I was almost 20. That was back in 2018. And towards the end of 2019 is when I decided I'm going to quit college. I'm going to start doing healing. I wanted to work on myself. And the reason I felt that was, there were so many reasons, but my main goal was the education system needs to change. People's pain is not less. They deserve to be heard. People deserve to speak their truth, and the creativity is important. Everybody's creative nature is different. Some people like mathematics, that's creative. Some people like the business world, that is creative. Some people like singing, art, dance, that is creative. Everything has creativity in it. And I somehow, even the poetry that I used to write as well. Even the poetry that I used to write in school from, I think, 6th, 7th grade, the songs that I used to write would always look at, am I the mistake? Am I seeing something wrong? Why don't I love myself? Why do I have to be codependent? Why do I need someone else? And I would also write about how we all come from the same soil, how time is very relative. And these are all very spiritual concepts. So if you think that spirituality is a journey that you start only when you're conscious, that's not at all true. It starts from the very beginning, before you're born. It's our very essence. And I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2018. That was after I started healing. So when the doctor told me, I just laughed, because I just had a big smile on my face, because the joke was every doctor said something different. For 14 years, every doctor has said something different. I've got so many medicines. I'll eat for a few days. I won't eat. Then I'll throw it. I'll spit it out. And parents are not watching. It was just everyone went through so much because of me. No, that's not actually, they also had a purpose in it. It is not because of me. And that guilt and things like that, over a period of time, I've worked on it. It has released. So what I noticed was everyone labeled me as a sick child. But from my point of view, every single person in my family, especially my mom's side, was sick. They had some illness or the other. And that was their coping mechanism to get love, attention, respect, and things like that. And just because they were not willing to look at it because of their guilt, I think maybe I decided as a child that I have to bring that out from everyone. And it has worked. It has worked a lot. So my fibro healed last year fully. I can say that last year it fully healed. By the time we went on a trip to US, and I had been working on it on and off, like continuously, every time an illness comes. So one of the things is, because I have a really nice relationship with pain, when it comes, I let myself be in pain. I let myself be sad. I let myself get angry, and then I work on it. I move, because that awareness is really important to shift out of it, shift out of that victim mentality is what we call it. So when I went to US, I was very pissed off because of the way things were going. It was very rushed, and that's not the kind of person I am. So we sat down for, I think, a good 10 to 15 minutes after a long walk, and my legs were hurting a lot. But when I got up, it was like I was ready to run a marathon. And I didn't have the tiny amount of ache that normal people have after you go for a long walk. I didn't even have that. And that's when I realized that I'm fine. My fibro is gone. My health issues are gone. My bones are strong. And I have actually healed myself. And it was a self-healing journey. I have had so many healers, including Priya and Roopesh sir, a lot of insight from them, more than sessions. I speak to them one-on-one, and I get information. I check in with my intuition, and I see what is good for me, what's not. So there were a lot of purposes for this illness. One was to, of course, bring in awareness that pain is as important as happiness. Other thing was, I really wanted to be able to read other people's minds as a kid. And interestingly, I got into theta healing because of that. um, so that happened. Then I also wanted to be so intuitive. I remember when I was 18, 19, when my friends were driving, that's when we started healing. I started my healing journey and I was like, wow, if I could just close my eyes and drive, it would be so cool. I have actually manifested everything that I have wished for. I can't close my eyes and drive, but I'm terrified of driving. And yesterday I realized why I am not willing to take the car and go out, because my internal expectation is to be able to close my eyes and drive, to be so intuitively and spiritually aligned to my truth that I know exactly what is going on around me. So that's where you see me coming in and out of classes, in and out of sessions, in and out of certification courses, because I like to figure out what is my own truth. And my second session with Priya aunty, it was, we did something related to self-confidence. I had no idea what was going on. I was not this person. I was not talking. I was very terrified. I was very pissed off. I was a very irritated and angry child. Not that I'm less pissed off now, but I can channel it in nice ways. So I was interning as a music teacher that time, and I walked into class. My teacher took my teacher. She was my teacher in 9th grade, so I was working with her. She took the first class, and then she said, just like as the students were entering for the next session, she said, Harita, why don't you teach? Normally, I would get so scared and I would say, no, I'm not ready. I'm not doing this. And I would make so many excuses. No, I'm not well. I can't speak. My throat is tired. This is my daily and I would create that illness inside me. I wouldn't just say it. It would happen. This time I said, okay, fine, I'll do it. And I spoke for the rest of the day. I was taking classes and each class was different. I think I was tuning into each student's energy, and I was checking what is right and wrong. And I just sat back, and my teacher's like, what happened? You were not this person before. What just happened? And I said, this is the power of healing. And that's when I got so fascinated with it. I think this was just the second session. I got so fascinated with it. Auntie taught me the meditation, then started my process of self-healing. I started reading up a lot. I didn't take any course till 2 years later, but I started reading up on healing. I started reading up on belief systems, on the biology of the body, connecting it to the spiritual aspect, what I'm learning from it. I started experimenting on talking to my future children, the souls, talking to ancestors. And these are all things that are taught in the class, by the way. I started experimenting on, I remember messaging auntie 2 years back, I think. Do you know anything about correcting the spine and things like that? I've experimented on pulling my spine. In fibro, your spine compresses because of lack of exercise. So the disc space between each of the discs reduces over a period of time. I pulled it out. I don't know what I did. I don't know what kind of healing it was. I pulled it out. So I experimented a lot on my body, and these experiments continue. I want to say it's not the best thing to do because there is suffering involved. Yet there is something definitely more for me to learn. That is why I have chosen this path. And healing health issues is one very important aspect for me, because in healing health issues, I gain so much of awareness of how people behave, what is an easier way to behave, how we can create a more simple lifestyle, even through healing, because some people find healing work really, really difficult and really tiring. Like, I worked on this and this and this and this, and it's not going. And all I want to do is just sit the person down and say, just chill. If you're sleepy, go to sleep. Don't attend the meditation class. That's self-love for you at that point, And there are aspects of resistance and things like that when we go through these processes. But in loving myself, I found it so much more easier to accept people as they are without needing to allow them into my life fully. I don't have to take in their problems. They can have their own problems, but there's that aspect of allowance. So one thing I learned was healing is a very expansive and integrated process where we go through so many splits in our childhood. And I hope it's okay that I'm sharing so much. We go through so many splits in our childhood because of the pain that we go through. So for example, if I want to wear a red colored dress and mom says, oh wow, that's so beautiful, instantly my inner child says, okay, mom loves red, I love red, she loves me when I wear red. Tomorrow I decide to wear blue, are you really going to wear that? Or maybe she doesn't love blue as much as red, so she loves me a little less when I wear blue. And so the beliefs build up and we become fragmented, because actually we are okay with everything. We are love when we are born. We're okay with everything and we become fragmented. So in healing, what I've noticed is to expand those limitations. We are not, oneness is really about that. We're moving into an infinite possibility space. So we are removing all the conditions. This small circle becomes a bigger circle and a bigger circle and a bigger circle. And eventually, that's when we become more accepting and more loving of ourselves. And it's also an integration process, because when I heal this one aspect of blue versus red, that I accept myself in blue and red. I unconditionally love myself in blue and red. And then I bring that aspect to this. But then all of this has to align with this one integrated aspect. These things also have to integrate. So there starts our process of healing, where, okay, now I have healed this one aspect. Now it's time to heal this aspect, because it's not aligning, So, and then it's like, that's an integrated process. And of course, my intuitive abilities increased like crazy, which is also what I wanted. So it's just been a tremendously amazing and beautiful journey. I wouldn't exchange it for anything else. So thank you so much, Priyanti and Roopesh. So you're always there for all of us as parents, as teachers, as children. And it's just a beautiful energy that you share with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Harita. That was a beautiful share. And the best thing about her is that she's taken responsibility of herself, her life, her creations. And that's the reason she's able to integrate so much and go into that experiment mode, and understand all this with deep awareness. That was a beautiful share. It's a long journey she has gone into, and she herself is a great healer now. Okay, thank you. Mini's Harida's mom.
It's much beyond time. Do you want to end it, or is okay to continue?
Those who want to leave can leave,
Okay.
but we continue. Yeah.
Fine. So yeah, I'm Harita's mom. So anyway, I will not talk about her. Yes, I came into this healing circle itself because of her. Yes, as she said, probably we had our own journey, and children as such show us what we need to do and what we should not do. So for me, my actual healing started during the COVID times, when Sir started the 21-day meditation. Not 21 day, I think 42 days meditation, something. So during the COVID times, I had lost my job. And that's the time this 42-day meditation came. I started with that. And I didn't realize it. Much later, I think about 4-5 months later, suddenly I observed that I had some rashes, severe rashes on my leg, which completely went off. And then I realized that this I had for nearly, I think about 20 years I had it. And I had done so many medicines, applied so many creams. And even in homeopathy, doctor had told me it is because of stress. But first of all, I didn't believe it. He gave me lots of medicines. But again, in homeopathy also, sometimes what happens is there are so many medicines that you start having medicines more than food, So then after some time, you just lose interest in that. And I suddenly realized that this has completely gone. Initially, I thought maybe it might come back. I don't know, because I don't know how it went off. And touch wood, we are in 2023 now. It has not come back. So because it was really painful, I used to keep itching all the time. When I was in meetings also, I used to keep itching, and it used to spread on my body. Completely gone. This is one thing. Second difference that I found in myself is any issue that I had, it would suddenly hit my heart, and somewhere it used to pain, and that feeling was something very annoying and very hurtful, but I didn't know how to come out of it. Again, I've done a lot of healing from Priya and from Roopesh sir, and a lot more from Harita. And it's an overall process, I think. Of course, self-realization is there, but a lot of support from these three people that now when somebody tells me anything hurtful, yes, I know that it is hurting me, but it's not hitting me. It is hurting me. I don't like it, but I am able to tell myself, I don't like this and I don't want to face it. But it's not from a space of anger. It's not from a space of fear, and it is not from a space of revenge. Initially, that was not the case. The moment I don't like somebody telling something, I would get so angry that I would create a circumstance where I don't have to go to that person. Now, I don't do anything. That situation automatically goes away, but I manifest. I manifest that I don't want to go through this. That is one thing I do, but it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't come into my memory every now and then. And even when somebody reminds me also, say, yes, the person is like this. He is like this, she is like this. Yes. But that hurt which I used to have inside me, that is gone. That anger and revenge and dislike for a person, I would say, in a short term, that has completely gone. So this healing modality has actually helped me to become a different version. And as I speak today, I think from whatever I heard today's session, it's basically I have started to love myself. And that's the reason I am able to accept the way others are, let them be them. But for me, yes, that is an awareness that somebody is in a particular manner, but I don't take it to myself and I don't create more karmas for it to hate somebody else, which was not the case in the past. Now that has happened. Thanks to all the healing, and thanks to Priya and Roopesh sir, and of course to Harita. Thank you.
Thank you, Mini. Thank you so much. Are we doing meditation?
Yeah. Yes.
Those who are, yeah.
So now Priya will just help you to connect to that theta stage and to experience something, very minute experience. All that small experiences are always important in our journey. Okay, so you can close your eyes, a last meditation.
Center yourself in your heart space, which is in the middle of your chest. And allow yourself to take deep breath in and relax, letting go of the breath. Another deep breath in and relax. One more deep breath in and relax. Now from this heart center, imagine your consciousness is going to travel in an energy ball. You can simply visualize, feel, sense, know that there is an energy ball and you're going to travel in it. And bring this energy ball all the way down to Mother Earth. to the core of the Mother Earth, that is at the center of the earth, and simply absorb or take in the energy of the Mother Earth with total gratitude and love. So let us be grateful and thankful to Mother Earth for this beautiful energy she is sharing with us. And feel this energy ball even more brighter and centered and grounded. And let this energy ball rise up through your legs to your root chakra, which is below your spine. Your root chakra is vibrating and spinning downwards into the Mother Earth in red in color. You can see it as a lotus opening or a light. If you're not able to see, just sense it, feel it, or just know it. And feel that you're grounded, secure, safe, supported. Let this energy ball now rise from the root chakra into your sacral chakra, which is below your belly button. See it opening in orange color. Feel your independent, flowing, creative, sexually active. Just feel the energy there and see it opening in orange color in a form of light or a lotus. Now let this energy ball rise up into your solar plexus chakra, which is below your rib cage. See it opening in yellow color, a yellow lotus or light opening, and say or feel that I'm confident. Feel the power within you. Feel that you can take decisions on your own. You're centered into your being. And let this energy ball rise up even higher into your heart space, middle of your chest. See it opening in green color, a beautiful emerald green lotus or light opening in your heart center, allowing you to feel that you're able to receive and give love in balance. You're able to unconditionally forgive yourself and others. You're able to connect with the world, and it is safe for you to connect with the world. And this is also one of your intuitive centers, allowing you to raise this beautiful energy ball up into your throat chakra. See it opening in blue color, a blue lotus or blue light opening. Say to yourself, I'm able to express myself easily and effortlessly. I'm able to creatively flow. I am listened to, I am heard. I'm able to speak my truth. I'm able to live my truth. Allowing this energy ball to rise up into your third eye center, middle of your brain, between your eyebrows, your pineal gland. See it opening in indigo color, allowing you to feel more focused, more intuitive, knowing that you are intuitive. Say to yourself, I am intuitive. I am focused. I am a divine being. And I'm able to see the truth easily and effortlessly. Allowing the energy ball to rise up above your head, top of your head. See it opening in violet color. It is vibrating upwards. This chakra is vibrating upwards into the source. In violet color, see it like a lotus or a light whirling upwards, knowing that you're connected to the source energy. You have total faith in the source energy, trust in yourself. Let this energy ball rise up above your head, 2 feet high, and see the color of the energy ball you are in. Even if you can't see, you can sense, you can know, you can feel. And let this energy ball rise up above the building, above the sky. Keep rising higher and higher and higher, all the way up. Above the earth, keep rising higher and higher and higher, deeper and higher, allowing you to go through all the beautiful lights, keeping yourself in this energy ball safe and secure, all the way up, rising into a beautiful golden light. This is the 5th plane of existence, the existence of the masters, ascended masters, spirit guides, the ancestors, angels, allowing you to move even higher from this plane, all the way up, above this, going deeper and higher and deeper and higher through a jelly-like substance, which is rainbow in color. These are the laws of the universe, allowing you to go through this beautiful laws. Law of attraction, law of synchronicity, law of karma, law of truth, and all the way up into the law of compassion, which is pink in color, allowing you to bathe yourself in this beautiful pink energy and going even higher and higher, deeper and deeper, all the way up into the white iridescent light of the creator or the source energy, allowing you to go deeper and higher and deeper into this beautiful white iridescent light, which is tingling, which is very soothing, very loving. Let your energy ball atomize and become one with the energy there. You're safe and protected, and allow yourself to experience the unconditional love of the creator or the source energy, becoming one with the energy of the source. Feel it, sense it, know it. Say to yourself, I am one with God energy. From this space, allow yourself to receive few downloads. Your brainwave is in theta state. So we would ask the creator of all that is to send you unconditional love and light from the creator space. Say it is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, creator. Show me. Bring the energy of love all the way down into your head, through your head, all the way down to every cell in your body, energizing you, feeling you, making you whole and complete. This energy has the power to heal you instantly. Just allow it to seep into every cell in your body, energizing you, healing you, making you whole and complete. Just visualize it, feel it, sense it, know it, that it is happening, that you are actually receiving this energy through your crown space, all the way down to every cell in your body, till the tip of your toes. Taking a deep breath in and absorbing this beautiful energy. Allow yourself to go back into the creator space. Just go back into that light all the way up. And I would like to give you a few downloads. I know what it feels like to be loved. I am worthy enough to be loved. I know how to express my love easily and effortlessly. I know what it feels like to be abundant. I know how I'm worthy enough to be abundant. I'm able to let go of any resistance for my growth or my healing. I have plenty. I'm able to unconditionally forgive myself and others. I allow myself to be awakened to my true, authentic self. I believe in miracles. I know how to witness a miracle. I am open to endless possibilities in life. I am a miracle. I am grateful and thankful at all times. I am able to experience freedom. I am worthy enough to live in freedom. I am able to open myself to my own truth. I am able to manifest what I want instantly. I am able to allow myself to look within whenever I am triggered with something outside. And I am able to always seek for the wisdom within. I am worthy enough to be joyful. I know what it feels like to be compassionate to myself and others. I am able to be kind to myself and others. I am able to experience enlightenment in every step of my life. I am able to be connected with highest and best of the people. And I am able to allow myself to feel supported and safe at all times. I know what it feels like to trust myself and others, and I know when to trust, whom to trust. And I'm able to take the right decisions at the right time. And I'm able to open myself to the highest realizations. I'm able to let go of any greed. I'm able to let go of any resentment, anger, and grudge. I am able to let go of my righteousness. I am able to accept easiness. I am able to flow in easiness. I know what it feels like to be flexible. I am able to understand how to tap into my intuitions. I am able to understand how to listen to my soul. I am able to allow myself to be expanded with the most awakened energy. And I am able to share my realizations and share my love and gratitude to the world. I am always connected with the world, and I am always connected to the Creator. All these downloads come to you, all of you, in all dimensions, space, and reality, in all levels, in all languages, for the highest and best of yourself, in the highest and best of the ways. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, Creator. Show me. Simply receive it with a yes and integrate all this into your being. Just feel it flowing into every cell in your body. With another deep breath in and out. Now that you're in a manifestation state, you can also manifest whatever you want at this point of time. If you want to resolve a relationship, just bring that into your mind right now. What is it that you want to be resolved in this relationship? Or if you want to manifest a job, or if you want to manifest money, or if you want to manifest even higher evolving process in your life, or if you want to manifest people who can actually guide you into a higher realization, or if you want to manifest good friends, whatever that you want to manifest, Do it right now. To the creator of all that is, it is commanded that I have. I want you to picture that, feel that, what you want to manifest at this point of time. Know that it has already happened. Picture it as though you already have it. So when you have it, you have a happy feeling flowing through you, and you're so feeling grateful and thankful to it. So say to the creator of all that is, I have whatever, fill in, for the highest and best of myself, in the highest and best of the ways. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you, creator, show me. Now bring in all those feelings that you've already had it. You already have that beautiful relationship. You already have that whatever thing you want to experience. And you already have that beautiful realization you were seeking. Or you already have that awakening process. Or that you already have that beautiful house you wanted. Or that job you wanted. Whatever it is, feel that you already have it. And simply feel grateful from your heart. So happy, so grateful. Yes, it has happened. Now slowly bring your awareness back into your crown chakra, the top of your head, into your third eye. Allowing yourself to come back into your throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra, root chakra, all the way down to Mother Earth, to the core of the Mother Earth. Ground yourself, ground yourself. Feel connected to the earth. And again, let this awareness bring the energy from Mother Earth, filling your whole of your body up in Mother Earth's beautiful energy of love, all the way up, filling this beautiful energy of Mother Earth, filling all of your body up, all the way up through your head, above your head. And once you're ready, rub your hands together, open your eyes. Simply place it on your eyes and open your eyes. So that was the Theta Healing meditation. Most of you all know, and those for those of you who have not experienced it. So we can end the session over here, or is there anybody who want to share something?
Will a recording of this will be available?
Yeah, it's there in YouTube. It has gone YouTube live. Okay.
Okay, I want to say something.
Yeah, say, Chaya.
So I did sessions and things with both of them. And after that, I want to share that the money thing, abundance thing has opened up for me. And I'm very grateful to you for that, both of you. And also that through healings, we tend to become very compassionate from inside. And these life tests and everything that Sir was mentioning, when we are able to, we can see that change when those tests come in. We also have so much of compassion. If you can like Priya can say this, because Priya knows me, that I was a person who was like, she used to call me Jhansi ki Rani. Always on a fight mode ki, किसने किया, क्या हुआ, and all these things. But this whole thing actually made a lot of changes, and you don't even come to know, and how we age actually. And we don't come to know when we see our old pictures, we see, oh, I used to look like this, now I look like this. So these tests actually help us become uh, like, they are like an album that you can refer back. Oh, there are so many changes in us for these things. So yeah, I just would recommend to everyone who is here to go forward and do theta healing and sessions with Sir and Priya. Please do not hesitate, and it's a life process actually. Just don't think that okay, this thing will be over, then you have other things to do, like spiritual involvement and everything. So it's a life process. So just don't constrain yourself to one thing or the other, and then you will see everything, all the challenges or problems vanishing. Thank you. And that's it I wanted to say.
Thank you, Chaya. Like we say that we should always resonate to the energy of whoever we are going to. Then the healing happens. Like when we go to a doctor, if you trust the doctor, half the thing gets healed there itself. Actually, healing happens just by talking to the doctor also. That's when we are opening ourselves to that energy that we are ready. It's not the person who is healing, it is the person who comes for healing, who has the power to heal themselves. So we'll end the session today. See all, whoever is joining for the deep in-depth class of chakras, and whoever is planning to join the theta healing class, which is coming up, for them also the chakra class would be very benefiting, because this is based on the chakras. The theta healing is based on the chakras. So we welcome you for the chakra class also, which is starting from next Sunday.
Every Sunday. 7
Yes,
Sundays.
7 Sundays.
7 Sundays.
Okay. Thank you for being here, for all the experiments we have been doing, and you are always there supporting us. And we are more than grateful to each one of you, because you trust us and come and sit for the sessions, because we might be experimenting something new and it just works. So it is, you are a connection from God, all that together, which makes us all happen.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, one more thing I wanted to tell is, I forgot at that time. I used to have a pain on the heel, for more than 3-4 years I was having. And I realized recently that that pain has gone.
Okay, that's
again, lot of homeopathy, allopathy, and I don't know what all treatments I have done. Finally, I have given up. I got angry, what all I've done, I don't know. But that heel pain is gone now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, sir, this is Pratibha.
Yeah, Pratibha.
Yes, just now, as Mini ma'am was telling, I too just now realized that I too had knee pain last year, and that when all this my journey started with meditation, even I don't know, my heel pain is not there today. I didn't even realize that now when ma'am was telling. I was also wondering, like the same has happened to me also. Just wanted to tell you. Many things to discover, many things to heal, I know, but as a baby step, I was just happy to share this.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
just by meditating, there are so many things that gets healed, and there are bigger things also that gets healed with sessions also, like heart issues, kidney issues, or relationship issues. I have been exploring a lot of relationship issues. He has been exploring a lot of physical ailments. So it's like everybody has their own thing of exploration. And there are so many healers over here itself. And it's not just, if you can understand that it's just a transformation process, and people are available throughout the world for you to just connect with and get yourself on a different level of experience. So don't stop yourself with anything. Never give up. Whatever you're experiencing, everyone has gone through a situation wherein you feel, okay, I want to give up my life. I want to die. Everybody says this at some point of time or the other. But know that there is something beyond which is always guiding you. Okay, so see you all next time.